We here at Mayhem Media
understand the trials and tribulations of life.
No matter how hard life can get.
Suicide is never the answer.
There's more assistance available today than ever before.
If you or a loved one are suffering from suicidal thoughts, please don't try and take it on alone.
Call or text 988 if you live in the United States.
Or if you're in Great Britain, call 116123 or text 85258.
The world is a better place with you in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the one and only Connor Clarkson, and we are back with the prediction show, this time for Money in the Bank. Now, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Mayhem Media on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble, as well as check out the website, www.mayhemmediaproductions.com, as well as the storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop. Now, without further ado, let's introduce the man that helps me do this in some form of capacity. Wolfman, how we doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. How about you, brother?
Yeah, doing good, man. Can't complain. We've not had as many technical difficulties this time.
Thank God.
I suppose we'll probably get some during the show. But Money in the Bank. Thoughts?
Well, first off, I want to give a big shout out to my biggest fans, my girlfriend's nieces, Paulina, Belle, Kaya, Desiree, and her daughter, Nami. Thanks for being a big supporter of mine. Keep it up.
Okay, so we've both seen the card, or part of the card if they decide to give something randomly at the last second during SmackDown.
Like they did last time.
Yep, like they did last time. But you've seen the card so far. What are your complete thoughts before we go for each match in its entirety?
Right now, I don't think they're actually rushing like they did for Saturday Night Main Event.
I mean, to be fair, they've taken their time building it up. I mean, Money in the Bank. They've got to take their time. It's going to take, 6 matches in total for each ladder match. So there's 12 matches. So that's going to take 3 or 4 weeks just to set that up.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen bits. I mean, I've been trying to focus on Money in the Bank, but my mind has been elsewhere because WWE and TKO are pricks for getting rid of R-Truth.
Yeah. I am personally hurt by that because I've met R-Truth and he was the nicest person ever. Shout out to R-Truth.
Who originally was K-Quick.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right. And I mean, to be fair, he had a good run. Just over 25 years? And
maybe
he's always claiming that John Cena was his childhood hero, so at least he went out with that match.
Well, yeah, and he did almost win.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost. But we're here to talk about Money in the Bank, and my first match on the list, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Now, before we get started, Jacob, you've done the graphics. You've saved me a lot of work as always. Good luck getting all the graphics for 2 nights of SummerSlam, by the way, just to give you a little heads up.
Thanks
Good
for
luck
the
for that.
reminder.
But Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
But there's a stipulation with this match.
Is there?
Yeah. If Becky Lynch wins the title from Lyra, Lyra has to hold up Becky Lynch's arm in victory. But if Lyra wins, Becky Lynch can never challenge for the Women's Intercontinental title ever again.
I mean, I wouldn't exactly call that a stipulation. I'd just call that a common sign of respect. You've had your chance, you've lost. You don't get another one until the title changes hands. Like, for me, that just seems like a common trail of respect rather than a stipulation.
Well, they call it a stipulation.
It's WWE, they call anything.
So,
Let's be honest, back in the day, they called fucking Hulk Hogan the best there is. Now look at where that went. They called CM Punk best in the world. Look where that went. They called Brock Lesnar the next big thing. What's happened? Do you see my point? But Lyra versus Becky, I'm going to go Lyra. Just
Lyra.
purely because she's had the title. They had a week with double titles. I say double titles. They had it for a week after Mania. Not even that, to be fair. They had it for 48 hours. They won it on Saturday. They dropped it on Monday.
Yeah.
Need I say more? But to be fair, the double titles thing, I don't agree with anyway. How can you be a tag title fucking holder and a singles title holder? You're either defending one and not defending the other, or you're defending both of them shitly.
Yeah.
So to be fair, yeah. But honestly, with that being said, Lyra deserves a good, decent title run. Becky, she's been there, she's done it, she doesn't need it again. So with that, I'm saying Lyra.
I have to agree with you because Lyra has more potential than Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch has had what? She's won the SmackDown title, she's won the Raw title, she's won the tag titles, and the World Heavyweight Championship, right?
For the women's side, yeah.
Yeah, so she's won every other title except for the Intercontinental, and now the Women's United States Championship, which is held by what the hell is her name? What's her name? That's the U.S. champ.
Zelina Vega.
Zelina Vega, yeah. So she could always go after the U.S. title.
But my argument is, why would she, after she's been in WWE for fucking what?
10 years?
No, since 2013, surely.
Yeah.
12, 13 years, something like that. Right? She's been there. She's main evented Mania. She's done the title. She's pretty much won every main event title. So why would she spend her time going after what I would call a mid-card title when she could just go up and focus her attention on either, what's her face, Tiffany Stratton or Io Sky?
Yeah.
And go for a world title picture rather than focusing on some mid-card title. When, not being funny, she's more better as a main title holder than a mid-card title.
Yeah.
Because then if she's got one of the big titles, she's going to get more of a push.
Yeah.
So for that, I'd say Lyra Valkyria takes the win.
Yeah, I can see Lyra. Yeah.
And for once, you're actually agreeing with me. Let this be noted that on this historic episode, the Wolfman actually wants to agree with me. Because if he doesn't agree with me, that will happen.
Ooh, I'm so scared. I might have to walk really fast.
Oh, here we go again. It's not my fault I get to wake up in the morning and have a really good time. But moving on, we have two what I would call wankers against two of the top babyfaces in the company. The wankers being John Cena and Logan Paul versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Again, I'm just going to start by saying Logan Paul, fuck you.
Mhm.
Can't stand him. John Cena's heel turn, I understand it, but again, fuck you. Right? I don't get this alliance between Cena and Logan. Like,
Mhm.
for me, it would have made more sense for Logan to join up with Seth Rollins and those idiots. Makes more sense to Logan for being more of a heel. But nonetheless, I'm going with Jey and Cody.
Yeah, I keep hearing different stories online, like John Cena might change into a baby face, or he's gonna stay the heel, or what. But I'm like, it's his farewell tour. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yes, exactly.
So if he feels like he should stick with the heel turn, props to him. But he's hurt so many people in the WWE universe.
Exactly.
He made a kid cry on live TV.
Shit, I should take notes.
He literally made a kid cry that was wearing the full John Cena gear.
Exactly, but here's what I think. Like, he wants to be a heel for his farewell tour, right?
Yeah.
But how's he going to do all of that while he's still doing all the meet and greets, while he's still doing all the Make-A-Wish stuff?
Mm-hmm.
How's he doing that while being a heel?
Yeah, it's like he can't be pardon my French, a dick on TV and then be a complete hero in person.
Exactly. I mean, that
like-
just breaks kayfabe in itself.
That makes no sense. It's like Two-Face being one-faced.
Pretty much. Pretty much. But
So my prediction is Logan Paul and John Cena don't work well together. One of them screws one of them over. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso win.
exactly. And I mean, what I don't get is why Logan's going for a fucking tag team random bullshit when, I'm not being funny, he was eyeing up Jay's world title.
He wants it, but he has to go after I think like right after Money in the Bank, Jey Uso goes up against Gunther for the title.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do Gunther versus Jay.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank. Or are they holding that off for either the 40th anniversary of Saturday Night Main Event,
Mm-hmm.
or are they holding off for Night of Champions on the 28th?
I hear different things, but I got a feeling Logan Paul is probably kissing butt with John Cena so he could get a shot at the WWE Undisputed Championship.
And it become Logan versus Cena.
Yep.
See, I feel like that would work. I wouldn't say do it for Night of Champions. I'd say leave it for like SummerSlam, or push it and push it and push it and work up towards Survivor Series. Because Survivor Series is going to be John Cena's last PLE.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, I've got to say Jey and Cody takes the win.
Yeah. Jey and Cody all the way.
Now we move on to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I've got to remember all of these names now. We've got Stephanie Vicaire, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and I want to say, is that Julia?
Yeah, Julia.
Julia. In a ladder match. Now, for me, I'm really shit at predicting like ladder matches. Because it's like anything could fucking happen. Someone could get injured, ruin the entire thing, and now you change everything. But honestly, in terms of predicting a winner, I can't. I mean, I'd love to see Alexa Bliss with the Money in the Bank, just for bringing back that nostalgia. And then I'd love for Rhea to do it, go against Io again, because that makes the most sense. Because Perez don't exactly need a title; she's still fucking around with Judgment Day. Stephanie, I mean, it'd be a good way to introduce her to the main league. But to be fair, apart from Alexa, Rhea, and Stephanie, I don't see the other three winning it.
No, I don't see them going very far. They probably do cash it in, but do they succeed?
Yeah, but are they really going to build them up to cash it in if there's no point of them winning it?
Yeah, because I haven't really seen them at all on Monday Night Raw.
Neither have I. And I mean, I don't get why Naomi's in the match, because I mean, I watched that qualifier when it was, who was it? Jade Cargill, Nia and Nia Jax. And I'm pretty sure I said this on the most recent episode of Into the Barricade. If you've not watched it, go check it out. It is on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. But that match, it would have made more sense for Nia to win it so that she could win Money in the Bank and then go back after Tiffany. Would have made more sense. Would have made more sense to have Nia win the qualifier match for her to win Money in the Bank, for her to cash in on Tiffany.
Yeah, because Nia and Tiffany have bad blood.
I mean, to be fair, Alexa cashed in on Nia when she won Money in the Bank. So again, it makes sense for her to be in the match to win it, to cash in on Tiffany, because she don't like Tiffany. She don't know her, she don't like her. But if I had to pick one, I'd say my favourite would be Alexa. But the person I'd love to see with the title would be Stephanie, because of the work she's done in NXT, with the fact how she's had every singles title in NXT, and she's been the first double women's champion in NXT, and she's the first South American to win the women's title, and the first South American wrestler to win the NXT North American title. So for me, I'd love to see Stephanie get a push, but I'd also like to see Alexa win it, just because she's back. If she wins it, it puts her back in the main picture and gives her more of a storyline. Plus, if she wins it, we set up for Alexa versus Charlotte, which again would be another nostalgia match. But I've spoken way too much. I need a breather. Who have you got?
I would really like to see Alexa Bliss win it, because when Alexa was champion, they put asses in seats.
Exactly.
And when Rhea Ripley was champion, they put asses in seats.
Yeah.
But when Naomi had the championship, nobody showed up.
That's what I mean. And I mean, I don't think Roxanne's going to do anything with it, because she's still trying to win over Liv Morgan at the Judgment Day. But again, I don't know whether Alexa's going to win it, because I've heard rumors of the fact of Alexa is going to be booked as the mouthpiece for Wyatt 6.
That's what I was getting a feeling, because remember back when it was Alexa screwing with Randy and doing like all the mind tricks and shit?
Yeah, because I remember the fireball gimmick.
Yeah, like that screamed. That screamed to me Wyatt 6.
Yeah.
It's like they already have Sister Abigail, but they need someone to take the place of Bray Wyatt, but they have Uncle Howdy.
And let's be honest, Uncle Howdy don't exactly speak.
No.
I've only ever heard him do the maximum of what? 4 words? And I think that was literally my life for you. Those are the only words I've ever heard him speak. And we won't stop. Do you know what I mean? He's not a vocal character. It wouldn't make more sense for Alexa to be booked as the Wyatt Six mouthpiece.
And again, just think, Alexa Bliss was very important in Bray Wyatt's career.
Exactly. Maybe Alexa is the mouthpiece and they bring back the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah, just think about it. It's Alexa Bliss, Uncle Howdy, Nikki Cross, Eric Rowan. Those guys were the OGs with Bray. God rest his soul.
God, it's coming up to what? 2 years this year?
Yeah.
Jeez. Time flies. I mean, Eddie Guerrero's 20 year this year.
Wow.
Brings back interesting memories. But moving on, we have the men's Money in the Bank. LA Knight, Penta. That looks like Rusev.
Andrade.
Same thing. Okay. LA Knight, Penta, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, Seth Rollins, and the Chad Gable wannabe, El Grande Americano.
A reject luchador.
Yes, who, funnily enough, is wrestling.
World's Collide.
Yeah, Worlds Collide. What's his face? A heel. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. Vikingo or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but that guy's going to kick his ass.
Gable. And then Money in the Bank, he's wrestling as El Grande Americano.
If he shows up after the ass kicking he's going to get.
Exactly. I mean, let's be honest. I think this one's been poorly booked. They should have had, what's his face, Jacob Fatu win the qualifying match just to see how it would have played out with Solo and Jacob.
Oh.
That's the way I would have booked it, to be like, okay, this could be the start to the end of Bloodline 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
Money in the Bank's coming up, and we all know at special PLEs, there's always going to be someone else that joins in. Maybe we finally get the debut of Zilla Fatu. Maybe. But out of the 5 people and 1 reject, sorry, Americano, but you are a reject.
Wannabe.
Who do you think?
Penta.
See, I'd love to see Penta win it. Again, deserves a push. Really deserves a push because who is Dom still the IC title for the men's?
Yeah.
I don't know whether he loses and then goes back after Dom or he wins and cashes in, but I don't see Penta in the world title picture just yet.
But that contract for any title, right?
I mean, yeah, it's contract for any title, but why, if you could go after any title, would you go after a lower title?
Start at the bottom, work your way up.
Like if it was me and I won no title, but I was casually in a ladder match for a contract, I'd go straight after the world title.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you've got world title, you get more bonuses. You get your flights paid, hotels, and everything paid for. So it makes more sense, and you get special treatment when you're the main title holder. So it makes sense to go after our main title. Who we got on here? I forgot who's on here already. I mean, for me, it makes sense. Like either Penta would work well. The other one that really screams out to me, Seth Rollins, because of the stuff he's doing with Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker. It makes sense to have someone in the modern day Dangerous Alliance, as we're going to call it, because they've not got a faction name yet. They're just calling it the modern day Dangerous Alliance. So that's what we're going to go with. Makes sense for someone in that faction, especially at the caliber of Seth Rollins, with the biggest mouthpiece in wrestling history, Paul Heyman.
The Penguin.
Yeah, the Penguin. I call him the Fat Controller from Thomas.
I sometimes call him the Walrus.
Yes, there is that. I mean, to be fair, when it's all 4 of them in the ring together, I just see it as a strip club owner, his accountant, and 2 bodyguards. That's what it looks like to me. But it makes sense if they're going to build composure. Jacob, what have I told you backstage about being composed, being professional, my friend? Because if you're not professional, that happens. Love you, brother. If they're building up this faction in the way it is, it makes sense for someone to at least have a title. Whether Bron Breakker goes after the US title or Bronson Reed does it, or whether Seth wins. Because I guarantee you at some point, these 2 big idiots, right, are going to come out, destroy everyone, and help Seth try and get the briefcase.
Yeah, because that match is no disqualifications.
Exactly, and the same thing could happen for Solo Sikoa. Jeff Cobb or JC Mateo at this point. Still don't understand that fucking name change. And what's his face? Jacob could come out and help Solo get the title. Or Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker could do the same for Rollins. Or they could do it at the same time and those 2 just beat the fuck out of each 2. Which I guarantee at some point, I'd love to see Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed against JC Mateo and Jacob in a tag match.
That would be good. That would be... Or what about Bronson Reed versus Bron Breakker?
See, they wouldn't do that while they're in a faction together.
But after the faction.
Oh, yeah, after the faction. Maybe. But we are getting massively off fucking topic here, as we always do. But for me, I'm going to go Seth.
I got to go Penta.
What have I told you? If you don't agree with me. What have I told you?
Yes, mother.
Listen, I know it's 2025, but I'm pretty sure I'm a man.
I don't want to know.
Probably for the best. Actually, no.
That's your life choice, brother, but not mine. So
Actually, no. When I'm in the wheelchair, I'm a transformer. But on that note, those are the predictions for this upcoming Money in the Bank. What have we got? 3 weeks before Night of Champions?
I think so.
So join us back in 3 weeks for the prediction show. Excuse me. Apologies. Yeah, join us back in... Don't you shake your head at me. Join us back in 3 weeks for the Night of Champions prediction show. And join me and Jesse James this coming weekend for episode 15 of Into the Barricade. Don't forget to check out Mayhem Media on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble, as well as the website, mayhemmediaproductions.com, on the storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop. Jacob, it's been a pleasure as always. And now I have to find the credits. I found them. Goodbye and good night.